Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Fabulous. That is right, friends. I am back with another live stream. How are we? Spaced Out, Enrique, and Margie Noir. How are you? I am fantastic, and I am doing really well. I am... What am I? I'm glad to return. To be honest, it feels like it's been forever. I think it was Sunday the last time I did a stream, and I did my Dune Pour Homme review today. It was very easy. I love that fragrance. I find it very easy to talk about. Oh, Margie Noir's having a dance. Woo! Aram, welcome. How are you doing? I am happy to be back. I am happy to be talking about perfume. Oh, I've been doing streaming on the gaming channel. I've been doing like 4 and 5 hour streams. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep that up for. Like, good grief. I'm a wuss. P.O. Bengtson, how you doing? I'm just battered. Like the gaming streams have just killed us. Murderous. I just can't hack it. You know? Somebody was laughing at my bottle of Lacoste today. Jean Patou Lacoste. I was like, fuck off. They were like, you can't talk about Matcha Premier like that. You've got a bottle of Lacoste. I was like, steady. I think you'll find that this is Jean Patou Lacoste. And it's a fantastic for eau de sport, if you will. It's fabulous. I think it could have been somebody from the brand, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, because I wasn't very complimentary about old Matcha Premier. Exactly, Spaced Out. There's nothing wrong with Lacoste. It's fabulous. It's a fuck's sake better than anything Matcha Premier have put out, I can tell you. Shithouses. Hello, Aaron V. How are you? Just a tired boy. You know? But we will power through today. Vanilla. How are you, Stephs? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Jean Patou. It's class. It's a fucking great fragrance. My only regret is that I haven't worn it more. I enjoy it when I do wear it as well, you know. It's got this, it's an eau de sport, so it's trying to give the whole athletic vibe thing, but it's not bright and citrusy fresh. It's got this kind of warm spiciness at the top, which gives it like a slightly sweaty kind of vibe. And you can imagine it came out in the late 60s, early 70s, and you can imagine it was a sweatier time, you know? It was a sweatier time than it is now. And you can imagine the smell of that fragrance being evoked by a sweaty body, or the smell of a sweaty body being evoked by this perfume. It's got a lovely oak moss sandalwood thing going on in the dry down too. Very fantastic. And I recommend it to you greatly. Oh! So how are we, friends? How are you, more importantly? How have you been? Been up to much? I haven't, apart from gaming streams. which is a little bit unusual. Got samples of the get samples of the 6 new Penhaligons tomorrow, says Divine. Nice. Nice. I think Peter got them. Fragrance View, I think he got them. And I don't think he was overly impressed. So I'd be interested to hear what you think about them. Enrique says, this week ordered Cologne Aficionale and Patchouli Noisette. Nice. Cologne Aficionale is absolutely sensational. Someone was asking us to review it today, and I was just like, oh, give it time. Give it time, you know. Too hot that I had to go to the office more. That bad was it. Hello, Scale. How are you? Divine. Mr. Thompson is currently holding 8.6 out of 10. That one I am expecting a lot from. Should be very well blended gourmand. The other 5 in that Potions and Remedies collection will likely blow. Are you not expecting much from them, are you not? Lacoste slogan, see you later, alligator, says Pio. Steph says Escada Casual Friday Tester 220 US, no cap 4.2, worth it, duck. Not for me. I think I'm not a massive fan of Casual Friday. I think it's all right, but I'm not huge on it. Ah, speaking of Peter, here is Peter. Peter, somebody Divine says they are getting the 6 new Penhaligons in the testers. So I think you did a video on them, didn't you? Evening, Andrej. DJ, how are you doing? Divine says, nope, and every influencer I've exchanged DM with has said Potions and Remedies is meh, or it smells like something they or other houses have. That really winds me up, that when something's like that kind of mediocre, kind of boring, samey, repetitive crap that we've come to expect from everything, you know. Ordered a 10 ml of Heaven Can Wait, a bottle of Iris Nazarena today. Ooh, I really like Iris Nazarena. I really enjoy it. Have you smelled it before? Good evening, Dushan. How was your holiday? That's exactly what Nishane X collection was too. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Nishane, to be honest with you. DJ is wearing some Ensemble sheep. Bah. There's a couple from the Potions line that I thought were quite nice, says Peter. Which ones? Dushan says, like the stream. Yes, if you'd like to like the stream, please do. Holiday is fantastic. Are you climbing many hills? Are you having a good time? I like a lot of Nishanas. They have some unique products, says Divine. I was really let down by Sultan Vetiver. I love the first half an hour of that fragrance. It is beautiful. It is brilliant. And then it turns into an amber wood and it makes me want to cry. You know? It makes me very upset. I wish that it wasn't the case. Alas, it is the case. It turns into this drone, and it's a big, fat slug of it as well, you know? It's a fat pound of fucking amber wood, and it's not ideal, friends. But I've got the Patchouli Koja, which I think's really nice. I do like a patchouli solid floor type thing. I just do. So I'm looking forward to wearing them. It's a week tomorrow. A week tomorrow is when I will be rotating my fragrances, my friends. So I don't know if you want to keep your diary open. I mean, I'm obviously not expecting you to keep your diary open, but If you want to watch, I will be doing 2 streams that day where I take out all of the fragrances you see before you. And then I will replenish my store with fragrances from the autumn and winter rotation. Hello, Pat Lester. I've not smelled Iris Nazarena before, but I have to admit, all the talk about it has been so positive. Lots of people like it. As long as you like an iris leather, concrete-y kind of thing, I think it's great. And there's no difference between the old and the new formulation that I can tell. Like none. I've got both. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. What? Scent of the Night, Napoleon the 10th. Napoleon the 10th. Didn't know there was 10. Peter panicked from Frederic Miles Monsieur. It's a scary fragrance, you know. Did it like jump out on him and that, you know, jump scare him. Boo. Peter says, Mr. Thompson has got an iris smelling accord first off with a warm sweetness, a faint hint of leather. And goes into a milky vanilla base that's nice enough, but not amazing. They call it sesame milk. That's an unusual milk. I've never had sesame milk. I've never even heard of sesame milk. What kind of talk is that? Sesame milk? I would put Dioron 2005 in my top 10 of all time. So spaced out. Ooh. Yes, possibly. I couldn't do a top 10 of all time. Jesus. That would take some severe thinking about that. You know? I would have to put some amount of thought into that. I think it would hurt my brain to do it. Think what attar to wear tomorrow. The heat limiting my options. Wear the fattest attar you can get your hands on, DJ. The thickest, nastiest, most inappropriate beast. Oh. Divine says, Peter, current ratings on Parfumo are 8.6 out of 10 over 26 ratings, receiving similar comparisons to DHI 2011 and Valentino Uomo Intense 2016. That will be the iris accord and sweetness, says Peter. It doesn't smell like either, in my opinion. Let's see. I like Parfumo. I use Parfumo. I use Parfumo more than I use Base Notes, to be honest. Base Notes feels a little bit busy for me. It always feels like there's a lot going on with Base Notes, you know? Like it's almost like too much like choice. Vaguely, but it's like saying anything that uses pineapple is a Ventus. Well, I'll tell you what I've got that uses pineapple that isn't a Ventus, and it is this. This is Metropolis by Estee Lauder, the follow-up to Lauder for Men. I'll put my teeth in, shall I? So, it's spicy mint and ambergris and a bit of pineapple. Some pine, maybe? Do I want to say some pine? Maybe. Something green in it, anyway. Could be the mint. Oh, no, it's not aniseed. What is it? It's the thing that goes in the drink. Wormwood. Oak moss, sandalwood, leather. All that good stuff. Fantastic perfume. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. I do not mean to yawn like this. And yet here I am, yawning like this. Someone is outside causing havoc. I think it's me mother. What is she doing in the garden? Any designer vintage you got on your radar? I'm really intrigued about right now about Davidoff Relax and Victor and Rolf Antidote. Antidote is really good. Used to be able to get cheapest chips for a while, and then it just took off. I did one of them. Any designers? Not that I can think of, but I do have a couple of Goutals arriving. In fact, I've got 3, but 2 of them are the same. I may or may not have bought 2 bottles of Murardon, like an idiot. One was about €100 cheaper than the other, but the less said about that, the better, frankly. How the hell did I pull that off? Any vintage designers? Not off the top of my head, no. Good evening, Manly Sense. How are you? Why am I yawning so much, you may ask? Who knows? Not me. Scent of the night is Fabergé Cellini. How is it? Aaron says, hope everyone is well. Hope you are well. Scent of the is Madame Rochas EDP Intense. I didn't know there was an intense version, but I like it, says Aaron. Nice. How intense is it? Is it intensely intense? Alright. What's going on? I think I'm also chasing a bottle of Santal Noble by Maître Parfum Elegantier, but drawing a blank. Thought I'd found one in San Marino. Turns out that was a tough one. Had to get refunded. Excuse me. Manly Sense, I read your review on Casual Friday on Parfumo. Unfortunately, Doc does not approve of Casual Friday. It's just not I just don't think I think it's overrated. Greetings, nice people and rich, says Galen. Sent of the day is Agua Flores from Klaus Porto. Cellini is a rugged mix of Azzaro Porom, which came before it, and Tuscany per Uomo, which came after it. So it's kind of in the middle. Sounds Italian. Hermes Twilly Tutti is better than them sugary men's fragrances, says Pradeep. Are you a fan? Sounds like you are. Hey Stuffs, I like Casual Friday, but wouldn't pay what they're asking for it. Apparently it's $220 for a 4.2, which is a lot of money. It's a decent amount of juice, but is it that good? Is it that? I don't think it is. I think it's all right. Hello, Rachel. How are you? Hello all, Rachel, been catching up on your content. Fabulous, says Antonio. Scent of the Night is Blackmail by Kerosene. Pio, he's getting rid of quite a few fragrances, isn't he? He's discontinuing quite a lot of stuff. Like about 5 fragrances. Canfield Cedar's going. I've always thought Canfield Cedar was quite nice. Black Vines is going. And there's a few others which I can't remember off the top of my head. Hello, Antonio Hobson. How am I feeling? How am I feeling? Says Rachel. How am I feeling? I'm okay. I'm tired. Really tired. Fatigued. Bit down, but I don't know why. You know? But I'm okay though. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like I'm not going to expire or anything like that. I'm not going to like cease to be. I'm just not. I've been in better moods, put it like that. But I'll say one thing. Doing streams like this and talking to you people does actually cheer us up. So I'm happy to be here. Silver Panther, welcome to you. Which, yes, Galen listed them all yesterday. Which ones are going discontinued? It's a shame. I'm glad he's not getting rid of Follow, because Follow's brilliant. And I would really like to smell Followed, but getting a sample is not the world's easiest thing to do. Yeah. Color Finale is like if the tap water stopped, so you got to run out of the bathroom with soaked body turning dry. That's a pretty decent description, actually. It does kind of smell a bit like drying soap. Oh, it's so good. My favourite release of the year. My favourite release of the year by some considerable distance as well. I like Patchouli Noisette, but it's not as good as this. It's not as good as this. I don't like it as much as this, you know. Nisha's been poor for new releases in 2023. 2022 had a lot of hard hitters. Like what? Sorry, my voice went a bit funny there. Like what? Can you tell me some? I'm interested to know. You know? Sorry, I'm just giving you a little dusting. A little bit of a clean. There we are. There's something up with my camera. It's been a right shit. Any recommendations for a decant site? Where do you live? Like, in which country do you live? And I may be able to help. I hope I can. Healy makes some lovely, lovely things, and when they do something, they do it well. I agree. I want to get all the samples. USA for decants. I do not know anywhere good. I mean, Lucky Scent has a great selection, but they do those horrible dabbers, you know, which there should be some kind of official action taken against them for that, you know. Wait till the new Parfum de Marly takes its place. It shall not. 2004 and 2007 had the most bangers, in my opinion, says Spaced Out. Divine says Amouage Royal Tobacco, the House of Oud Crop 22, Initio's Paragon, SHL, Stefan Humbard Lucas, Sandance, Nishane's Terro, BDK's Gris Chanel Extrait, just to list off some. I'd like to smell those new Amouages, you know, like Royal Tobacco and all that sort of thing. Just to see what they're like. There is a good incense from Healy. Oh, Sackley. Yes, there's another one as well. Cardinal. Cardinal's really good. I want to get a lot of them. I have got Encens Flamboyant. By Anik Goutal, which is fantastic. It's fantastically fantastic. Encens Flamboyant, you can expect to see that. I've got a partial of Ambre Fetiche coming, and I've also got the butterfly bottle. Rachel, this morning I found 50ml of Nuida tuberose by L'artisan for just €50. It's a good price. Rich, what's that bottle between Colonna Fissionale and Montfresh? This is D&G Masculine. It's a Bergamusk. There's nothing more to say about it, to be honest with you. It's a very, very straight up, plain bergamot and musk fragrance. You know, it's nice, it's good, but a bergamusk it is, my friends. Can't wait to try the new Angelos. I wish I could like church incense, but I can't smell enough for a lifetime growing up, says DJ. I think it's D&G Masculine, says Stephs, who is correct. Spaced Out says crazy how 31 Rue Cambon is better than all of those combined, says Spaced Out. I'm not a fan of modern niche. That's why I do so many of those first impression videos. So I'm trying to find some niche, modern niche fragrances that are like bottle worthy, you know. The last thing I bought that I've received is Fat Electrician. I won an eBay auction for it. I paid 56 quid. It's a lot of fragrance for £56 as Fat Electrician. It's a lot of fragrance. You know, it's fantastic. In fact, I wore it today. That is my scent of the day. Good stuff there. I used to have that D&G, says Antonio. Margie says, whoever asked about decants in the US, try Max Aroma. They sell Amouage 8ml for like $30 to $40 and they run specials often. Les Indemnidables are worthy, right? Says Dushan. They are worthy. Very good fragrances. I do believe, my friends, I am going to dehydrate. So if you will give me one moment, I will be back. Excuse me. I'm back. It's me. Never fear. Goodbye, Margie. I saw your comment. You are going to a meeting. We will see you soon. So, how have we all been? Friends, I think I've had a little bit of a revelation. I'm not sure how I feel about patchouli noisette anymore. It's not my favourite Les Indemnidables. I'm going to try and wear it a lot during the autumn and winter, and I am going to explore it as much as I possibly can. But it feels to me like a Middle Eastern fragrance. Dura Rose kind of made this point to us. There's some cypriol in it, there's some rose in it, and what feels like some kind of amber wood. I don't think it is an amber wood, I think it's the patchouli. But I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it now. You know, like that idea has been planted in my head. So I'm a little bit worried about the fact it's been planted in my head. But here we are, these things happen, you know. Danger Masculine is alright, says Manly. Big bergamot and spicy herbal woodiness. I reviewed it on Parfumo. If you want more detail, not worth $300. Not worth anywhere near $300. Is that what people are asking for it? That is scandalous. It really is a very simple scent for me. I get a bergamusk type thing. Duchamp, would you say Tesla was the greatest inventor and scientist of the 20th century? Yes, says Duchamp. Hey, Ashley. How's Ashley Bissett? How are you doing? Are you okay? I am okay. So I just need to send a message to my friend. Oh no, thought it would be like Vinny Havan, says Enrique. It is not. It is not like Vinny Havan. It's very much different to Vinny Havan. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's very good. It's just not Vinny Havan. I'm looking forward to wearing that when it gets cold as well. That's a sensational fragrance. But this, I don't know, it's just a little bit harsh. You know? Just a little bit harsh. Something about it makes it a little bit harsh. Something is just not hitting the same as it is elsewhere, you know? Like elsewhere in the fragrance, there is something lurking. Someone has donated via coffee. Thank you, friends. It's Rachel. Quack. Oh, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. You are too kind. What is this LE? This is a Les Indomitable. It's LI. It is called Patchouli Noisette. There it is. It's okay. I like it. It's my least favourite of the ones I've bought. It opens up and it's much better on the skin than it is from... In fact, I'll spray some on. Bollocks. I need to send some of this to Peter. I wonder if Peter is still here. I doubt it. He's babysitting, I think. It smells much nicer and deeper on the skin. There's some kind of fuel aspect in here, though. You know? There is some kind of fuely thing going on, like a flammable... I thought you loved it, says Ashley. Spent more time with it, mate. I've spent more time with it. I've spent more time with it, and it's got this kind of fuel thing going on, like a pine, not a pine resin, but like a pine oil, you know, like a cleaning product kind of thing, like not a disinfectant, but it's got a slightly rubbery texture as well, you know. What are your top 3 favourites of Les Indomitable? Oriental Velour, Vanille Havane, and Rose de Jamal. But I do love both the colognes as well. The colognes are fucking fabulous, like. The colognes are really, really good. Yes, Manly, I read that in your review. Also, you wrote something. Ashton Kutcher could. Really? Just sampled Patchouli Noisette and thought it was one of the better fragrances. Keep sampling it. Think of it like a Middle Eastern fragrance. You'll sort of get what I'm saying. It's Dura Rose who spotted it first. The Dura Rose gave it... Dura Rose, like, said that he was really disappointed in it. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, let me smell and see what you're saying. And like, the more I smell it, the more I understand where he's coming from. You know, there's almost like a worn shoe aspect to it. You know, like this kind of rubbery, hydrocarbon, plasticky sort of vibe. You know? I don't know if the patchouli's too pure. I don't know if the patchouli's too sheer, but I get cypriol from it. I really do. There's something of promise. You know, Promise by Frederic Malle. There's something of Promise by Frederic Malle about this fragrance. Patchouli Noisette, probably the worst of the house next to Oriental Velour. See, I really like Oriental Velour. I really like the myrrh. I'm on a big myrrh kick at the minute. I'm a big fan of a myrrh. Excuse me whilst I replenish my hydration. Tomorrow I'll wear Salvador. I always skip it in favour of Safari or Jazz or Pasha, but it's very decent. Hey Rachel, I bought vintage tobacco Toscano by Santa Maria Novella. I'm waiting for my bottle to arrive from Italy. Terpenes. Those terpenes, yes, says Rachel. Are you talking about Patchouli Noisette? It does have a terpenic aspect. It's very kind of, I don't know, like I get hydrocarbon from it. I get what you're saying. Cypriol is a love for me. Works wonders in Timbuktu, says Fosco. It's completely different in Timbuktu. Same thing, different effect massively in Timbuktu. Dun dun dun, says Pradeep. Man, it's a really great scent along with the others you list, says Rachel. Are you looking forward to the new Tom Ford then, Rich? Which one? He's got quite a few new ones out at the minute, has he not? And some vintage Cody, says Rachel. Ooh. I've come round to Timbuktu, I must admit I have come round to... Oh, sausage. I've come round to Timbuktu, I really have. It's a strange fragrance, though. It is weird in its way, is it not? Was going to buy a Scala Indonesia, but was out of stock. Is that the better of the two? I wouldn't say it's better. I wouldn't say it's worse. I think you can buy both of them and be really happy with your purchase. I bought and wear both, and I love them. They're awesome. I liked a Scala Haiti immediately, and I have grown to love a Scala Indonesia. I really have. Scala Haiti was an easier like for me, just because of like it's more familiar. Where? Oh, Vetiver's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Gorgeous. I think I've got what? I've got 7 Les and Demedables now. I've got Vanilla Van Oriental Valeurs, Ambra Supreme, Rose de Jamal, Patchouli Noisette, a Scala Indonesia, and a Scala Haiti. I should do a ranked video. Myrrh Mystere, since you were talking about your love of myrrh. I am on a big myrrh kick at the minute. Big myrrh. Not that it should make a difference, but I've never found a woman who doesn't like Safari, says Manly Sense. Enrique, I love both colognes equally. Couldn't decide between them for anything, says Rachel. Rachel, what are your favourites from Diptyque, says Enrique. I need to try Current Passion, maybe a Christmas gift for the hobby, says Rachel. Mousse de Sable is the one for me when it comes to the Les and Demedables, says Carl. Why? What do you like about it, Carl? What is it about Mousse de Sables that you really like about it? I've got the sample set, yeah. I've got the sample set right here, right next to me. Don't know why, but here it is. Mitch, you need to sample those LVs. Need your opinion on them, says Spaced Out. Which LVs? The private collection type things. I'm not massively into them, to be honest. I thought they were all a bit synthetic. They were all a bit shit. Cuir de Chine. Rose de Jamal. Ambra Supreme. Sorry, I'm reading all of these samples. Oriental Valeurs, that'll be Vinay Havan, are you? Yes, you are. Oriental Valeurs, I've got that again. Iris Pearl. Cuir de Chine. I do not have Mousse de Sable in sample form, my friends. I do apologise. I must have it Oh no. I must have it somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. I've sampled it before. Ooh, but it's not in that one, so it must be in my drawer in the other room. Rich, what's the dark bottle to the right of Lacoste? That is Encre Noir Sport. That really should have got more play this summer because it's been an absolute washout. You know what I mean? So, yes. The Oris and a little touch of ambergris is lovely in the Mousse de Sables. Says Cole. Ooh. Yes, the private line has picked up 10 mil Immensity. I enjoy the ginger grapefruit combo there. Very lively. Ginger definitely gives a lively feel, doesn't it? I feel Delta of Venus could fit as a McDonald's scent like Cologne Officinal, just a blind reach. Delta of Venus, who makes that? How's the Encre Noir for women? Pass. I would love to smell it though. I would really love to smell it. I don't know that it can be got as cheaply as the normal Encre Noirs, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I need to spend more time with this Patchouli Noisette. It's not done. My opinion formation on this fragrance is not done. You know? How's the Encre Noir for women? Eris is Delta of Venus. Northern Outrage. I haven't smelled it yet. In fact, they're the samples I'm going to do next. I was wondering what first impressions series to start next. I think I'm going to start those ones I got from Brooke. I get a much better picture of a forest with Encre Noir than I get with Sycamore, says Cole. Why? So you have more Les Indomables than Mal, says Enrique. I don't know. I think they might be about the same. I've got quite a few Mal fragrances. I could do a family portrait of the Mals, actually. I could definitely do a family portrait of the Mals. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this Patchouli Noisette. Hello, Micah. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you for watching my streams on the gaming channel as well, Micah and Cole. I really appreciate it. And everybody. Bilbo, of course. Richie G. Everybody want to see Richie G and his parrot. His parrot's giving him a kiss. Oh. I'm getting messages off loads of people all at once. I can't handle it. All this different activity. You know. Encre Noir Women is nothing like the men's. It is quite lovely, but more of a gentle, rosy ambrette. Did Natalie Lawson make that as well? Rich, did you watch those BBC documentaries on fragrances with Vassa, Jean-Claude Elena, and a young Quentin Biche? I think I have seen them. Yes. But I don't remember them, if that makes sense. Like, nothing about them sticks out in my mind. Sycamore is too clean, I think. It's the Chanel thing. It's really good, but Encre Noir is just more of that dark forest vibe. I have Sycamore EDT, and I am looking forward to wearing that this autumn, you know? I need to go through my fragrances. I'm going to try and wear Montre by Dusita. See if I can get a hold of that. I wish I got Mandarin Basilic when it was at discounters for €30. Too much today. Yes, discounters are not what they used to be, are they? They really, really aren't. It's very upsetting. Very sad. Christine Nagel. with the Encre Noir women's. I see. I have the EDP on sample, so that might explain it, says Cole. I like Encre Noir more than Sycamore, says Spaced Out. Love the harsh edges and darkness. Did Eugene like Patchouli Noisette? I think so, yeah. There's something ever so slightly methylated, like not mentholated, methylated, like methylated spirits, like something flammable about it at the top. I'm very curious on Les Eaux Primordiales house. Has anyone tried them? Not for me. Rich Measy of the Heezy, I thought you theezy. Sorry? Spaced Out, what's the documentary with Roger talking about great fragrances from the past? It's not a documentary, it's more of a... It is more of a... It's like a talk, you know? It's a talk. There is a 2001 Palais Chergui bottle on Parfuma with the white label, says Spaced Out. That is quite outrageous. Outrageous, that is quite. Where are they shipping from? Let's go to suit. Let's search Chergui. Where is it? When was it loaded? I'm looking through all the... Oh, there is a... There certainly is a Palais Royal Chergui. They won €110 for it. That's probably worth seeking out, that, actually. It's not a bad price, that, for what it is. That was Izzy. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, now is the time. I won't stop you. I won't stand in your way. I won't offer any opposition. Or Carl Anderson says, I found it, I think. I don't know where it's coming from, mate, but 110 quid for that. Probably worth it, although it's probably going to be very different to the later versions, you know. Could even be first edition, that, you know. So, happy days. Happy days. Ooh. Sorry, I've just fucking hurt myself. Move out of the way, I'm trying to like the stream and you are blocking. Oh, sorry. It turns out I am in someone's way. In Pradeep's way. Like the stream for ice cream. I'm not giving anyone ice cream. Sorry about that. Oh. So my scent of the day today is this. It's the Fat Electrician. This is fantastic. This is like genuinely becoming like a proper favourite with me. I think it's the marron glace. It's either the marron glace note or it's the whipped cream note. It's one of the two. It's absolutely glorious. It's so understated. I'd love to smell the original. Like, because I don't think this is an original bottle. Fat Electrician's backstory needs its own book. Book! Fat Electrician is a niche version of Tour de Hermes. Oof. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't see that, Dushan. I genuinely do not. Carl, are you going to buy it? Are you going to buy the vintage Shergee? How exciting! I'm excited. Oh no, says Carl. Oh no, I'm not. You should. Pradeep says, how many vetiver and leather does Hermes have now? It's quite a few. Hermes is a leather brand, says DJ. That's true. Like vetiver Tonka more than Fat Electrician. Ooh, maybe. I don't know. I like vetiver Tonka a lot, but I really am. I'm coming right round to Fat Electrician. It's fantastic. It really is a very, very nice perfume. You know. Those like that olive leaf gives it that kind of slightly iron metallic kind of thing, you know. I always thought it had a bit of a cream soda vibe. What, Fat Electrician? That's not a bad shout, actually. That's interesting. I'll keep a. I'll have a nose out for that. Very good leather brand, says Dushan. What new perfume will you be partaking in, DJ? What are you getting? Like, is there something you are particularly wanting to get? Like, have you got your eye on something? I wouldn't mind trying those new Guerlains, the tobacco honey and stuff like that. I think that'll be really nice. Or at least I hope it'll be really nice. I mean, to be fair, it could be absolutely shocking. I'm curious about the Guerlain Iris Extrait. That is interesting as well. I don't know what's going to go on there. I would be very surprised if it was like a big natural iris. For me, the iris Soliflor, I mean, you've got Iris and you've got Iris Cendra. And for me, I can't think of any two better iris Soliflors than that. So, whatever it is, will have to be up there with them. You know, it'll have to beat them. So we will see. Pradeep says, I ain't buying retail. I wouldn't be surprised. 630 quid Curious, says DJ. Is that how much the tobacco, honey tobacco is? Yikes from a mile away, says DJ. Did you sell your Fougère d'Argent? Not yet, Enrique. Nobody's bought it yet, which is pretty sad. I would appreciate it if they would, you know. I would very much appreciate it if they would. But no, it's still sat there doing fuck all. They will give it out for free and will reach vintage in no time, says Prodi. They will give it out for free and it will reach vintage. Oh no. October for new Parfum de Empire. So excited, says DJ. What is it? What's it meant to be? I'd like to try Vetiver Bourbon again. I'd like to try that again because I think I might like that. But we will see. Les Eaux Primordiales have pure CO2 extraction and call one of their lines superfluid. Hype or groundbreaking? Hype. Oud, says DJ, hope he does it in style. I hope he does it in style. He's a good perfumer. Very much so. Very much so. But I'd like to, I like Ambre Rousse, but I'd like it a lot more if it was the vintage version. The latest one doesn't have the performance like. Yeah, supply and demand. I think that's hype. I think DJ's right. Real for £1,000? What for £1,000? What's this for 1,000? I do not understand. Somebody is banging fucking doors downstairs. It's either that or a Sora Dora discovery sets his supply and demand. Real for 1,000? Real oud, is it? I wouldn't have thought so. Or if it is, there's a very small amount of it. You know what the companies are like. We don't want to end up like Aaron Terence Hughes, bless him, having to apologise to a bunch of bastards. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Not sure, says DJ. It would be interesting if he does. It'd be bloody expensive if he does. I don't understand. I don't understand the whole oud thing, to be frank. I really don't. Just not my type of fragrance, like profile at all. I always find ouds quite dull, and I find them quite samey. DJ says I have 3 Parfum d'Empire. Hiram Green Arcadia on the way, says supply and demand. Hiram Green. Not a great fan of Hiram Green. I just feel like I'm saying everything shite all the time now, which I don't want to. I don't want to say everything shite. Like I did my review on Dior Dune today, and I love that. You know? It's like this kind of cologne with citrus and what's the other one? Anatole Le Breton, says Prodi, but it was you that made us buy it. Hello, Duncan. How are you? Do it, says Brody. Whew. I'm taking poison tonight. I don't know that I'm ready for it. Supply and Demand says, I thought Hiram Green is revered and renowned with his own natural fragrances. He uses his own natural fragrances. I just think he's extremely heavy-handed. I tried Hyde, and I just thought Hyde smelled like a barbecue gone wrong. I thought everything about it was a bit off. I think it's clumsy. It's kind of perfumery. It's very heavy-handed and very over the top. No, Hyde, heard it sucks. Yeah, Hyde. I tried Hyde and I was like, whoa, fuck. I was a bit frightened by Hyde, to be perfectly honest. It elicited a flight or fight response in us. Fight or flight, even. And I took flight. Going Texas tanker surfing tomorrow. What does that mean? Picking my buddy up from airport in a couple of hours. Nice. What's Texas tanker surfing? Sounds dangerous. Rich, do you have Carlo Corinto? I do not have Carlo Corinto. I don't think I've ever heard of Carlo Corinto. Who's that? What is it? Ooh. Hello, Sultan. How are you? All hail the Sultan. How goes it? I'm waiting to find out what Texas tanker surfing is. Sounds intriguing. Interesting. Where is my oil? There it is. The tanker ship sets off a wave that goes for miles. Not very big, but very long ride. Ah. Kellen told me Carlo Corinto smells like a Christmas candle. Carlo Corinto's Christmas candle. That sounds like some kind of literary device. My local perfumery in Orlando has Liquids Imaginaires Fortis on sale for $100. Not sure if this is a trap, says Supply and Demand. I have not smelled any. I haven't smelled any of the Liquid Imaginaires. Went to the Roger thing at Harrods, and not going to lie, some of the scents made me laugh, especially when you remember how much they're asking for. Yeah. Yeah, it's all marketing and it's for rich people and it's the experience of buying it. That's what, you've got to be rich to have fucking experiences. You know what I mean? It's like he could sell sand to the fucking Beach Boys. You know what I mean? He's very that way up. You know, he's a salesman. Is our Roger. Is the newer reformulation of Dune good, or is it better to get the vintage? It's better to get the vintage, but the new one's really good. Really good to just throw on and have a cologne that just smells a little bit different. Rich with no taste, but assuming you can buy taste. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Get your own taste, you know? Just do some research. Like, I'm looking into like watches at the minute. I'm not going to be buying more. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just like learning about them because I think it's interesting about the history and stuff, like fashion brands. I think for some reason, I think the history of fashion brands is really interesting. But am I going to go out and buy myself a little black Chanel dress? No, I am fucking not. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I going to go out and buy some of the Dior Homme clothes? No. But I'm interested in the whole workings of it. I think it's really quite interesting. It's why I like watching Date Up and channels like that, you know, because I find the history of it interesting. So I'm doing like something similar, like with that with watches at the minute. Yes, actually, that was a bit of a save there, wasn't it? It's not an ideal thing. What I was gonna say is the modern Carlo Corrento OG still good? Duncan says Marnie Sense. Being here makes me think I need Invasion Bar and call it a day, says Supply and Demand. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I really rate it. I really, really rate it. You know, if I was going to go out somewhere and I had to dress up, like dress smart, maybe put a suit on, I'd probably wear Invasion Bar. I'd probably put 1,000 sprays of it on. Oh, it smells really good. Beautiful. Really like that bottle as well. I did well with the bottle. I don't have time to research. Just tell me what I should wear, says Manly Sense. Yes. Yes. That's right. DJ says, history of fashion, Chanel. Coco Chanel was a terrible person. That's the rumour, isn't it? Jacob adamantly, vehemently denies that she was a collaborator. Vehemently denies it. And he's not an idiot, Jacob. By a long stretch, he's not an idiot. And he's not a mug, so he's not going to get, like, taken for a ride. And he's not dishonest. You know? So, I don't know exactly what it is that he's got information-wise. He has explained it before, but as is often the case with me, I need to hear something about 10 times before it actually sticks, you know? So I'd have to go back and like watch those videos again or talk to him about it again. Jacob is a fanboy. You're right, DJ. He is a fanboy, and it's worth remembering that. I don't have the newer version, but not the oldest either. Couldn't say, but it's cheap enough for a try. Goes good in this Texas heat. I fear that heat. I hope you're keeping well with all the storms and everything, and the hurricanes and stuff like that. I hope everybody's all right over there. Like most of the people who watch and stuff are in the States. Please don't get hurt. Fuck the weather. Believe us, I'm British. If there are any bunch of people who understand fuck the weather, it's us. Look after yourselves. Oh. Well, hundreds of reporters have said it, says DJ. Says Pradeep, I beg your pardon. Yes, but you can't defame the dead. You know? You say what you want about Coco Chanel because you can't defame the dead. She's not alive to sue your ass for fucking saying that. Been wearing one spray. Been wearing one spray of Koros to bed every night for a week. Sleeping well, says Duncan. Nice. Nice. Fanboys will deny, says DJ. Duncan, there was a 200ml splash of bottle of very old Derek on eBay UK for £30. Yes, there was, and I didn't buy it. Is it still there, Manly Sense? I don't know. Is it still there? Derek is great, says Duncan. I'll wear that in the heat too. It gets better with skin chemistry. Proper rich dad scent. It sold, did it? The expensive Derek. Interesting way of spelling Derek. Do we know who Derek was? Tiger Lily is so cool. So many brands I've never heard of. Is that somewhere that sells... is that somewhere that sells like lots of different fragrances? So it's kind of like a Notino type thing, or a Bloomingdale's, or a John Lewis. You know, like it's like a brand of shopping thing. The most popular cop show in Germany in the 1970s was called Derek. That's a very niche. That's a very niche thing to say, Keith. That's a very particular reference you've made there. A popular cop show, the most popular cop show in Germany in the 70s, was called Derek. It's a hell of a stat. Fair play. Well done to you. Ministry of Scent. Ministry of Scent. They sell a lot of Indian independent. Not a massive independent perfumery fan, I must admit. After the main actor of Derek died, we found out he was actually a mid-level Nazi in hiding. That's a hell of a place to hide. Good grief. It's a shame when they get away with it by dying, isn't it? Bastards. Anyone got ideas on where to find discontinued niche? Think something in the lines of Steven Umber Lucas Kom Shalom. Oh. You know what your best bet is? Getting in touch with the shops that used to sell it and asking if they've got any stock left that they haven't got on the website, or they've got hiding in a cupboard somewhere, or anything like that. I've found a couple of perfumes like that before. I think that's how I got Lonesome Rider by Tower from Zhao's friend in Portugal. Divine, you might find it in his old brand. Stuff like Fortin Manley. Peter likes Fortin Manley. He really likes Fortin Manley. Sood. Divine, you might find it on his old brand. All of his Stefano Lucas is copy and paste of a Sood brand. Sood as a brand is basically dead, though. A page worth of censored 0 ratings across them lot. Don't care what other people say about them, mate. If it's 0 ratings by a bunch of other people, not your problem. You might like them. Said all this because the Derek perfume came out in 1978 from Germany. Can't be a coincidence, says Manly Sense. That's interesting. Okay. So you think it could be a cop perfume? Imagine. A German police perfume. Good grief. 0 ratings doesn't mean 0 out of 10. I mean, nobody is rating them, so accessibility has to be 0. I understand, sorry. Yo, Ramsey, how you doing? You said you were packing those frags up, Rich. I'll be packing them up soon. There's a store in Italy that has a shit ton, says DJ. Ooh, what's it called? I think we know about this. You've put me onto them before. What was it called again, DJ? Excuse me, friends. I'm going to go and dehydrate again. Thank you very much. Please like the stream if you haven't already. I appreciate it greatly. I'll be back soon. Oh. I'm back. Would you believe? That was me. Don't worry. Oh! The history of Chinese oud, says Ramsey. Nice. Somebody mentioned, I think it was Supply and Demand said, thinking of getting into Bortnikov, not sure where to start. I started with Oud Maximus and Oud Monarch. I just don't think that type of perfume's for me, but I'm looking forward to trying them out in the cold. You know, I think I like Oud Monarch more than I like Oud Maximus. Could be the florals, but we'll see. Frank is wearing Eau de Hermes. I was told that Eau de Hermes is only available in the boutiques now. Mental. I finished that mini of Chinese oud, says Frank. Nice, Frank. There's two older copper brown cap bottles at Mum and Pop perfume down the road, but I have too many frags. And ended with the same two, says Brody. You get that new set, the $1,550 one, says Divine. I got the email about that as well. Mysterious and Musk Khabib look nice, says Supply and Demand. I wouldn't mind trying a couple of the old leather ones that I used to do, but like I say, I just don't think that style of perfume is my style. Russian Adam seems a really nice guy. And he's certainly made a lot of people happy with his perfumes. So, and he's not a big conglomeration, corporation type thing. It's just, so I like him, but it's just like, it's not my thing. All you've got to do is look at the perfumes that you see before you to see what type of perfumes I like, you know? I probably should have pulled the trigger on the set. Money's funny right now, though. Money's always funny, isn't it? Money is a... money's always too tight to mention. You just can't get ahead at the minute, can you? You know what I mean? It's like you're just being inexorably, like, compelled into this fucking well of money black hole. You know what I mean? It's what it feels like. It feels like the finances are just in an absolute black hole and we're fucked. Russian Adams seems nice, but needs to go back to school to learn how to make perfumery. Too gimmicky, says DJ. Do the guys experienced in a Riesler Dora? How strong is their aftermarket? The motherfuckers actually buy it and instantly relisted a markup. Absolutely, I've seen it done many times. Many times. Like, people, scalpers, they'll just get in there, buy all of them, right? Hold on to them for a couple of weeks until they sell out and then put them on the internet at fucking grossly inflated prices. Hey, Rich. What's your thoughts on Ramsey's review of Balenciaga Porum? I thought it was fucking immense. Absolutely seminal. It was... There's not that many reviews of Balenciaga Porum online, and I like them all. There's a guy who did it, who does reviews like I do, with just the bottle in front of him, and I know Ramsey knows who I'm talking about, but I can't remember what his channel was called. He hasn't made videos for a while. There's Ramsey's Thomas did one from a mini fragrance. Matt's done two. Scentland did one, all brilliant. I thought Ramsey's was immense. I really enjoyed it. Big 50-minute discussion on probably my favourite perfume. Ooh, 30 people watching and 30 likes. How tremendous. We like stuff like that around here. Yes. Nice. Yeah. They almost always go for double the selling prices front. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame when that happens, isn't it? When they just... Oh, 31, says Divine. Yes. We like stuff like that as well, you know. Nice round numbers and stuff, you know, equal numbers and all that sort of thing. Don't feel you have to stick around or anything. I'm not putting a gun to anyone's head, and you don't have to like it if you don't want to. If you don't think it's the type of content you want to lick, don't lick it. But I do like it when the numbers align and stuff. Blame Ramsey for hyping Oda Hermes, says Duncan. They almost always go for double the selling price. Mine as well, says Frank. Yes. Ashamed when Duck mentions money being a black hole as I purchased the whole superfluid line, says Supply and Demand. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel shame. Don't feel shame. It's your money. You spend it how you want. And you enjoy it. Oh dear. Ramsey, when will you review Antes? It's on the Hall of Fame list, says Ramsey. Oops. Sorry, I'm just mincing about with all this. Shame. No, sorry. Yes, the Hall of Fame list. It's a good little series, that. I like that. I might do a Hall of Fame sort of thing, but I'd have to start re-reviewing things. I did my Dune Pour review today, and I found that when people who have made videos and talk about fragrances like online will know what I mean. You know when it just comes easily. You know when the video just comes easily, or like whatever you're writing comes just there's no effort involved, and then you're just sitting typing away, or like you're sitting talking away, and it just comes out. And afterwards, you feel as though you haven't done anything at all, and it was easy as fuck. That's how the Dune Pour video was for me today. Just sat and talked about it, and I really love it. I mean, you can see the dent I've put. I mean, look at the state of that, man. I properly halved that bottle, because it's wider at the top than it is at the bottom. So that's probably about half. A bloody glorious piece of work, this. Olivia Cresp and the other perfumer, right? I forget his name. Let's have a look. See if we can find him. Oh, bollocks. I've bollocksed that. Sorry. Where? Oh, we'll have a look. We'll have a look here. Dune. Where is it? Dune Pour there it is. The perfumer, there was Jean-Pierre Betouard, and Olivia Cresp. Jean-Pierre Betouard did The Dreamer, Dune Pour. He did Boucheron from 1988. Parfum Sacre from Caron. Lavandula by Penhaligon's, which I'd love to smell. He did Red Jeans. Ambre de Cabochard by Grey. Nemo in the Y-shaped bottle. Anyone remember that? That's an old Robes video. That's ye olde Robes content. He did, Jesus Christ, there's an absolute shit ton of them. I'll try and say the ones that are like more sort of. He did Floral Dream by Adidas. An aeroplane sounds like it's falling from the fucking sky, but less said about that the better. Yoji Yamamoto Hom 2004. Oh, you fucker. Caractère de Femme by Daniel Hector. Caractère de Femme, so the female version of Caractère, has got a sport feeling. He's not an insubstantial perfumer, you know what I'm saying? Courageous 2020 by Courageous in 1997. What? Courageous 2020, which was released in 1997? It's a bizarre fucking thing. Melita by Montana. And basically that's about it, really. I mean, he's done a lot of perfumes, but you know what I mean. Is Bellamy on your Hall of Fame, Ram? I would have thought so. Is there a size? Is there an actual size to the Hall of Fame? Like, can it be any size you want it to be, or does it have to be like there's only like 10 spots available? Of course, says Ramsey. Plus, the fragrance at the back of your hand. Yes, it's always easier when it's like that, isn't it? Doug, what do you think of Caron Pour Un Homme? Just bought half a litre for $75. Good fucking Lord. I've got good news and bad news for you, mate. Caron Pour Un Homme is a classic. And half a litre, I'm delighted for you. Because then you're sorted forever, You can decant that into 100ml bottles if you want. It smells a little bit old-fashioned to me, though. that vanilla is a little bit too old man sweetie. You know, it's got that old man vanilla hard candy kind of thing. You know, like a Werther's Original kind of vibe to it. It's like a warm vanilla, and the lavender's a little bit powdery. Just reminds me of Old Man a bit. I do realise I'm saying that as somebody who sits here with fragrances that were released in the 1970s and had the heyday in the 80s and stuff like that. I do realise that, but stuff like Habit Rouge, stuff like Caron Pour Un Homme, they're not for me. But half a litre for 75 fucking, that is a lot of perfume. For $75, that's a lot of perfume, mate. Well done. It's no better than a bargain. Do you like it? Like, is it like a fragrance that you love? Because if it is, and you're getting half a litre of it for 75 quid, you must be fucking buzzing. Oh. Hello, Pep. How are you doing? How's Australia? Pep's going to be coming into his spring soon. He's going to be fucking a happy man as the weather picks up. And we are about to enter our autumn in about a month. Never tried duck. Ramsey always recommends the vintage one. I had an older bottle. Gave mine to Richie G. Richie G really likes that kind of DNA and fragrances. Like, he likes kind of old grandma kind of things, you know. Oh, I wonder what I will wear tomorrow. It'll depend on the weather. It's meant to be raining tomorrow, but I've only got a week left of the summer rotation. What the hell am I going to do with myself? You know what I mean? Like, what will become of me in this next week? Like, if there's anything in front of us that you think I need to wear, speak now. I might wear Green Valley again, just because. I might wear Eau Sauvage. Roadster. Cologne Officinale. Although I think you could wear Cologne Officinale in the autumn as well, because it's got that ambery warmth kind of thing going on. Any Comme des Garçons, says the King of the Lol. Welcome, King of the Lol. My lord, my worship, your majesty. It's nice to meet you. I don't have any Comme des Garçons, to my everlasting shame. I do actually like some Comme des Garçons, but I don't own any. Some of them are a little bit strange for me. I don't like the idea that they don't just stand up like a normal bottle of perfume. Like, the way you can see the way my perfumes are arranged, like, it would be a bit of a pig for me to try and get a Comme des Garçons and get it to be somewhere, because they're all like, they've got the pebble bottles, you know. Oh no, sorry, I do have a Comme des Garçons. I've got Incense Avignon. I do beg your pardon, and it's very, very, very good. Yeah, the bottles are annoying. I only have 2 Mances, Pep. Yeah. They're a bit of a nightmare, like, if storage is a thing, you know. But they're a very avant-garde brand. They're very different. Yes, like you say, I totally get that, but then again, that's the point of the bottle. Comme des Garçons all about being unconventional. I absolutely agree. Totally agree. I joined the stream because of your video about the Comme des Garçons fragrance. You mean Incense Avignon? Yeah, I forgot I owned it for a second there. It's not hard to forget you own a particular fragrance when you've got all of these. Yeah, Comme des Garçons really good. There, Comme des Garçons, I like the brand just on principle, and I really like Incense Avignon. I've got the others from that line in I've got the others in that line, but they're in sample form and they're from fucking Lucky Scent, and they're like them shitty Lucky Scent fucking dabber things. Ugh. Enjoy Suji by Comme des Garçons. I did a video on black and it was good too, but I wouldn't buy it, says Ramsey. Divine says, typically sampling new stuff at home when working from home. Been wearing my Mask Milano samples, and a lot of them just aren't for me. I would agree. There's a lot of them that are very forgettable, I think. You know? I think they're very kind of... The fact they come in 35ml bottles does not piss me off. That's such a weird size. Russian tea is brilliant. Yeah, I love Russian tea. And I've got Hemingway as well. Hemingway is really nice. Even though it is just kind of like a vetiver fragrance. Up you come, Ernest. Like, it's really nice, but I've smelled other fucking vetivers which are just, if not as good, better. You know? And then you can, I mean, you're talking what? They're like £110 bottles, so for 100ml, you're talking 315 quid. We'll get Russian tea, says Divine. Hemingway was meh. It is a bit meh, yeah. Most of their green herbal scents, I just smell bizarre. Did you ever try Monte Cristo? Had exactly, and I mean exactly the same smoke note as Queer by Monodioro. And I was not best pleased by that because I love Monodioro and I love Queer. But I thought Monte Cristo, it was like tobacco instead of leather. I just didn't think that was it. Russian tea is good. I have it in the 100ml. Oh, yes. Monte Cristo was out there, yes. Opened warm, spicy, medicinal, but on skin smelled like burning animal fur in a campfire. Nailed it. The King of LOL says, His Majesty, the King of LOL, says they have some very unique ones, Comme des Garçons. The one which is supposed to smell like fresh concrete or a literal garage. It's very unique. Very sort of abstract, you know? Very... I don't know, because they're a Japanese brand, aren't they? And they do kind of smell like that kind of... I don't want to say out there Japanese, but you know, like Japanese and things, when we live in the West, things that are from the Far East can seem very exotic and very different. I don't want to use the word alien, but the smell very like apart, like a quantum jump away from us, you know? And some of the Comme des Garçons fragrances, it's like when I smell them, I'm like, you couldn't possibly expect somebody to be actually wearing this out in the wild, could you? But some people love stuff like that, you know? Some people are really into stuff like that. Really enjoyed the review of Dune today, says Lane. Thank you very much, Lane. By the way, I've smelled Mask Milano Ruby, and those scents are fucking embarrassing. €650 for 100ml. Some of them barely have oud, and Mandala outright is a nuke to the nose. I'm not a big fan of Mandala. Bilbo, welcome. How are you? Hoping to stream on the old gaming channel tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. Those big 5-hour streams are killing me. I'm having headaches for days afterwards, which is unsurprising, let's be honest. Maybe cut them down to 3 hours, 3 hours. You know, we'll see. Maybe I just need to grow up, man up even. Rachel, have you tried La Belle Helene by MDCI? Says Dushan. Mandala Oud. I didn't like the original Mandala, but I can see why people would like it. It's basically kitchen herbal angelica with sweet, warm, spicy cardamom, cinnamon, very acquired taste. Dushan, I don't think I have. Is it the one with the pomegranate and the portrait of a lady? And the portrait of the lady in white on the label. Portrait of the lady. Not a lady, the lady. Oops. Sorry, friends. I'm pressing buttons all over the shop. Thoughts on Maison Margiela fragrances? Do you own any? I don't own any, and I'm not a massive fan, to be perfectly honest with you. I think they're a bit mediocre. I think they're a bit average. I think they're a bit. I've smelled the same things, done better. Does that make sense? The same sort of ideas, the same smells. I mean, they're not more of the same. You know, they're not like this like amberwood hell that we've descended into. They're not like that, but I wouldn't say that they are particularly interesting or particularly something I would spend my money buying. And the sprayers, I fucking hate the look of the sprayers. They're so small and weedy. You know what I mean? Valid. I like the concept of how they package them and everything, but they're not insanely unique. I do like By the Fireplace. It's nice but safe. Do you think nice and safe, right? Do you think a fragrance being nice is a prerequisite of it being safe? And do you think a fragrance being safe is a prerequisite of it being nice? Do you think these two things are mutually exclusive? I have no idea the answer to this. I'm just asking a question. Thinking about it off the top of my head, I think that a fragrance has to be nice to be safe, but I don't think a fragrance has to be safe to be nice. Does that make sense? And I've just pulled that answer straight out of my back end. At the barbers and by the fireplace, nice and a good way. This is a good way to describe them. Maybe overpriced as well. Thanks for your insight, Ram. Says Steph's. Ramsey been providing good insight. 220 is a good price for the big boy. The 4 ounce or the 4.2 or whatever it is. But I mean, safe in the sense that the average person would appreciate it, unlike Comme des Garçons. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's my kind of definition of safe. You know, something that people who aren't into fragrances would like. You know. See you later, Rachel. Thank you for coming. Thank you for donating and liking and commenting. Rachel improves every situation, doesn't she? Finally, have you tried Music Festival? It's a very nice patchouli fragrance and discontinued. Nice is more subjective than safe, I think. More subjective, but neither of them are entirely objective, are they? I would agree with you that nice is more subjective than safe, yes. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the two things are... We're getting into semantics here. Which, I mean, words are important, and like we all knowing what the words mean, you know, that's an important thing. I often use the word nice in a pejorative manner. I often use the word nice as, it was like I often say nice is a 4-letter word. This fragrance is nice, but then nice is a 4-letter word. And by this I mean most swear words are 4-letter words, aren't they? You know? And most fragrances that smell nice, really what we mean is they smell mediocre. And they smell average. And they smell like something you've smelled before, and they're not adding anything. Really what they're trying to do is just get their little hands into your pockets when they release a nice fragrance. Or a pleasant fragrance. And now I find myself, every time I say either one of those words, having to qualify what I mean by it. Which, you know, it just kind of is how it is. Love is a 4-letter word. It is a 4-letter word. You're right. Very misleading when influencers say nice. They're promoting 7 out of 10 as good. 7 out of 10 good if it's worthy of anyone's attention. I agree. Influencers, I'm completely finished watching people who are paid to influence. It's just... That's from a Metallica song. It's not from one I've listened to. I've never heard Metallica use the word love. I only listened to the first 5 albums, to be honest with you. Everything after that's a write-off. Everything from Load, Reload, Saint Anger, fucking Garage Inc. Just all a write-off for me. Or everything after 1991 is just finito. Not for me. Have you tried anything from Dries Van Noten? He started doing fragrances somewhat recently. I have tried a few of the Dries Van Noten and was thoroughly unimpressed. I actually have the Frederic Malle Dries Van Noten 10ml here. And it's very nice. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, my friends. Said was an excellent song, according to Nick S. I just listened to those albums and I was like, bah. The best Duchamp, I like it while playing billiards. Fair point, but The Day That Never Comes was an unexpectedly good song, says Marnie Sense. I just think when you stack them up against those first 5 albums, I mean, Master of Puppets is an absolute triumph of like music in general. Just take away genre, take away time. Master of Puppets as a piece of work, as an album. For me, it's up there with Dark Side of the Moon and fucking Rumours by Fleetwood Mac, and the Michael Jackson one, which was incredible, Purple Rain. All of those incredible albums, you know. Like, Master of Puppets is right up there. It's one of the very best albums of the 80s, and it's a crowded field. The 80s was an outrageous time for, like, music. Master of Puppets is top 5. Genuinely, you know. every single syllable, every single fucking beat note on that album is immense. The Cure has some hypnotic beats. The Cure are really good as well. You know, Ride the Lightning for me. Fade to Black's one of the best songs I've ever heard. The riff, Call of Cthulhu, immense. I appreciate your honesty, says King of the Lol. It's what we need, especially when it comes to fragrances. Thank you, Lol. King Lol. I appreciate it. Fade to Black is indeed the best. It's fucking incredibly brave to do a song like Fade to Black on a metal album in 1984. Eye of the Beholder, best intro, says that charming man. Welcome, that charming man. You are indeed charming. Call of Cthulhu was my soundtrack for years, playing in my head everywhere I went. Fade to Black is a nice name for a fragrance. Well, Dire Straits. Dire Straits have got a song called Fade to Black, and it's really good. It's very bluesy. It's totally different to Metallica's Fade to Black. They're not even remotely fucking like related, but it's like a jazz, bluesy, slow, smoky jazz club kind of song. Dire Straits. A couple of them live in the town that I live in. Certainly one of them does. Creeping Death, Escape, and Ride the Lightning. Trapped Under Ice is a good song. Creeping Death's an amazing. I like the intro to Money for Nothing. Sultans of Swing. It's an incredible fucking riff. Mark Knopfler. He's from the town where I'm from as well. Sort of. Not the town where I'm from, but he's from Newcastle. So are the Pet Shop Boys. Oh dear friends. Well, it's that sort of time again. We're getting to the end, I'm afraid. It's been 2 hours, and that is generally my limit for fragrance talk, fragrance stream, because I've got to talk solidly, got to talk solidly. So I can stream for longer when I'm doing gaming, because I don't have to talk all the time. King of the Lol, it was lovely to chat to you as well. Thank you for coming. Ashley Bissett, I hope your revising goes well. Brian Johnson interviewed Mark Knopfler in Newcastle a couple of years ago. Great video to watch. Yes, both very iconic men from Newcastle music. You're doing that mini video soon, Rich, says Nick. Oh, pass. Maybe. It's certainly there to be done, Every time I walk past that bloody cabinet, every time I walk past that cabinet, I see it and I'm like, oh God, I should do that video. So it is on my mind, don't worry. Western Nude says, I keep noticing that each time that the juice in your Dior Dune looks like it's macerating really nicely. Each time it looks more and more misty in the bottle. Does it? Does it now? I think that could just be fingerprints on the bottle, you know. I think it could just be fingerprints on the bottle. But I don't know that. You might be right. Let's have a look at you. I think it's a bit of both. Oh, shit. Right. Before I destroy something, I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for commenting, liking, donating. I appreciate it greatly, and it was nice to speak with you. I will hopefully see you all again soon. Goodbye.